Hello everyone and welcome to a video on the chain rule. This video is made for pure mathematics and I hope you are able to learn something. With that said, let's step into the video. So, the chain rule is actually used for composite functions. So if we have y is equal to g times f of x, this is g f of x, not g times f of x, g f of x, this is a composite function. So how could we find the derivative of g f of x? So I'll give an example. Let's say y is equal to 2x plus 4. I will say that's to the power of 8. In order to find this derivative, we can't just do the normal way we do it for anything else. We have to use a specific way. I'm going to explain something first and I'll go into it a little bit later. I'll show you the long way first and then the hard way. Sorry, the long way first and then the easy way. So this, you just have to know that you have to take the differential of the inside and multiply it by the derivative of the outside, right? The inside is 2x plus 4 and outside is 2x plus 4 to the power of 8, right? Kind of simple, you know? Take the derivative of the inside and multiply it by the derivative of the outside, okay? So that's kind of just the gist of it. So how will we actually do this? So we'll say that we can actually let 2x plus 4, the inside, we can assign variables to the inside and to the outside. So we'll let u equal to 2x plus 4. Now if u is equal to 2x plus 4, what will y be equal to? Think about it. Well, if u is equal to 2x plus 4, y would be equal to u to the power of 8. Right? Because u is 2x plus 4 and this y is equal to 2x plus 4 to the power of 8. So y would be u to the power of 8. Now, how would we then differentiate this? So remember, we need to find the derivative of the outside and multiply by the derivative of the inside. But before that, what you need to know is, let's say I had, for example, let's see, 1 over 1, and like I say 1 over 4, and in order to get this, I could also have 1 over 1 times 1 over 4. This is the same thing, right? It's the exact same. So what could I do to make it in this form, in the form dy by dx? If I want dy over dx, how could I get this? So I'd say it's equal to what? Well, I would say it's equal to dy by du times du by dx. Okay? So you have u, because you're differentiating with respect to u in this case. So we'd have dy by du, and we'll multiply it by du by dx. So the du's cancel out, and we could just say that if they cancel out, they will still give us dy by dx, right? Because that's the same thing as saying dy over 1 times 1 over dx, and it's dy by dx. So that's how that works. So yeah, now let's actually start finding the actual value for dy by du. Okay, so we'll differentiate with respect to u. Okay, so let's go back up. So u is equal to 2x plus 4 to the power of 8. Oh, and by the way, my apologies, but this is a voiceover because originally when I recorded this, I forgot to click the mic button, because when you're recording on iOS, you need to hit the mic button, and yeah, I kind of forgot to hit the mic button. So I'm just drawing an arrow here. So this is a voiceover. So yeah, u to the power of 8, n times x to the n minus 1 is the general formula for finding the derivative of things to the power of another number. So we'd have 8, would bring on the power in front of the u, so it's 8 times x, or in this case u, to the n minus 1, which is 7, right? So yeah, n minus 1, which is 7. Okay, good. Now, I did make one mistake here, and it's that I put x. So I'm so used to saying x, it should actually be u. So it should be 8 times u to the power of 7. So please forgive me for that subtle mistake. It does happen sometimes. But nevertheless, let's continue. So now that we found the derivative of that, of dy by du, we need to also find du by dx, right? Because that's what we'd have to do. Isn't that correct? So I'll give it a little time to catch up to where I am, and we should be going pretty soon. If you are kind of lost right now, you can check out other videos or check my previous videos as well, because they should help you theoretically. So let's say we have du by dx now. Very simple, would have 2, because the derivative of a constant is 0, and the derivative of x is actually just 1. You actually use product rule to find that derivative, I believe. So yeah, the derivative of du by dx is equal to 2. So what did I say earlier? I said that you needed to multiply these two, right? So that means we'd have to have 8 times u to the power of 7 times 2. And yeah, so I think I should find my mistake soon, where I found out that u should be to the power of 7 and not x. And these things do happen, so if you're practicing by yourself, try to ensure it doesn't happen to you as well. As I said, this is kind of just a long way. I don't have to, but I prefer to teach the long way. So in case you probably forget the easy way, even though it's kind of hard to, you kind of remember something at least, right? So we know that dy by dx is equal to dy by du times du by dx. And we found dy by du to be 8u to the power of 7. I corrected it here, good. And then we multiply that by du by dx, which we found to be 2. Okay, good. So what is u equal to again, right? We can substitute what u is equal to in this actual thing. So we'll have 8 times 2x plus 4 to the power of 7 multiplied by 2, right? So then we can just multiply the two things on the outside. So that will leave us with 16 times 2x plus 4 to the power of 7. Now, if you're getting a little lost and this is too fast, try writing it down, pausing the video and writing it down and solving it by yourself. Then unpausing the video and seeing if we get the same answer. If we do, then you're correct. If we don't, then yeah, you probably have to rewatch or find another video. Yeah. Nice. So this is going well so far. This is the first derivative of that. And yeah, we can continue now. So let's say we have y. And let's say y is equal to, I believe this one was 4 minus 5x. Oh, I still haven't caught up. Oh, I've caught up now. So it's 4 minus 5x to the power of 10. Right, you can write that down in your book and you can try to solve it, or you can do it in your head, right? 4 minus 5x to the power of 10. How could we solve this? We'll find the derivative of this. So remember what I was talking about earlier. We want to find the derivative of the outside and multiply by the derivative of the inside. So that's what we'll do this time. Instead of writing out the du by dx and dy by du and all that, that's pretty long and tedious, and you might not want to spend all that time in a test doing all that, especially if you're going to get the same marks either way. So yeah, this is the shortcut method. So you find, well, I guess you could still, yeah. So you just find the derivative. Why am I chewing that word so much? Find the derivative of 4 minus 5x, which you know is just minus 5, and multiply by the derivative of the outside, which is 10 times whatever you had in brackets, to the 9. Right now, you should be kind of being able to see these in your head. Bring the power down, subtract 1 from the power, and multiply by the derivative of the inside of the brackets, right? So I opted to go for the outside first. So you bring the power down, which is 10, and then multiply it by what's inside the brackets, 4 minus 5x, and less than 1 from the power, which is 10 minus 1, which is 9. And then you multiply all of that, by the derivative of the inside. Now, the derivative of the inside, we know that the derivative of 4, or any constant, is 0. The constant can be 4, 5, 6, pi, it doesn't matter, it's 0. And the derivative of minus 5 is just minus 5. Minus 5x, sorry, is just minus 5. If it was minus 5 without the x, it would just be 0 as well. So yeah, so the derivative is minus 5. And yeah, pretty simple example. If you already worked this out, you know your answer is correct or not. And we essentially have the answer. We're just going to kind of make it a little bit more neat now. Right? Times minus 5. And we can simplify it, not simplify, yeah, we can simplify it a little bit more by saying it's equal to minus 50 times 4 minus 5x to the power of 9. Okay, good. Now that should be going pretty well for you. If you're understanding, that's very good. If you're not, then rewind the video or play it slower. Also try using your textbook as well as a guide. Just using this alone, you'll have the basics of what to do, but you'll never actually understand it until you practice. I know teachers always say practice, practice, practice math, but they're actually correct in this situation. You really do need to practice math to really get it, because when you're able to start doing these questions intuitively, you're just going to destroy your exam. So let's continue. Let's say y is equal to 3x squared plus 2x plus 1 to the power of a half. How do we find the derivative of this? So the derivative of this is equal to what? So what we'd have to do is do the inside first. So in this case, we're finding the derivative of the inside, which is 3x squared. So I'm going to do it in baby steps this time. So we'll have 3 times, bring down the 2, 3 times 2, which is 6, right? And less than 1 from the power, so 3 times 2 times x to the 2 minus 1, plus 2 times 1, because the derivative of x to the power of 1 is just 1, plus 0, because the derivative of 1 is 0, because it's a constant. So this leaves us with 6x plus 2. So we found the derivative of the inside, which leaves us to only find the derivative of the outside. So now we're dealing with a half. Now this could also be written, this is also just written the exponent form of a square root. If you don't understand that, I'd recommend looking at surds, indices, and logs. I made a video on that, and it should help you to understand what's going on. So remember again, I'm bringing up the general form for finding the derivative of things with a power. So it's equal to a half. We'll bring down the power. The power in this case is a half. So we'll take a half, bring it down, and multiply it by 3x squared plus 2x plus 1, because we multiply it by the inside, and then less than 1 from the power. In this case, is equal to minus a half, because 1 half minus 1 is equal to minus a half, right? So that works pretty well. Yeah, this example is going well. If you're doing this in your head or in the book, this should be going well for you. You should almost be able to see the answer already. So yeah, we essentially know the answer right now, because we just have to multiply these two things. Multiply the inside by the outside, and you have the answer. So we'll have 6x plus 2 times a half of 3x squared plus 2x plus 1. To the power of minus a half, my apologies. So we can just bring the half to the front, because multiplication is commutative. So this should be good. So it's equal to half times 6x plus 2 times 3x squared plus 2x plus 1 to the power of negative a half. You could also put this back into the square root format, which would be perfectly fine. It should be a half times 6x plus 2 times, well, yeah, actually, let's just leave it like that. Actually, I believe it's better. So yeah, that's the video on the chain rule. I believe that's all that you need to know for the chain rule, especially at the CAPE level. I hope this video was informative, and if it was, feel free to check out the other videos, and good luck on all your exams. I hope it went well. If I made any mistakes, please let me know in the comments. Thank you and goodbye.